Both the design and construction of the Antikythera mechanism by Greek scientists has been dated back to between 205 BC and 87 BC, or within one generation of the shipwreck, which has been dated in multiple books as to have occurred in approximately sometime between 60 and 70 BC. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, let's go ahead and turn real quick to a 2006 article in the journal Nature, where Joe Marchant writes, quote, clockwork later appeared in the medieval Byzantine and Islamic worlds, but works with similar complexity did not appear again until the development of mechanical astronomical clocks in Europe in the 14th century. So, to try to provide some context to what this means, basically, roughly 150 years before Jesus was born, the ancient Greeks invented a device that we have only ever found one of, and its complexity was not recreated for roughly 1500 years. Think about what I am saying to you. It is a fact that the ancient Greeks created a device that was able to predict the movements of the solar system. And this device was so rare and complex that we've never found another one. And the technology behind it wasn't recreated for over 20 generations. For perspective, the great grandparents of your great grandparents were alive 7 generations ago. So triple that. And that's how long humanity went between the time that we originally created this technology, lost the ability to do so, and then rediscovered the ability to do it. So then I find myself wondering what technology existed before the Antikythera mechanism that was lost and hasn't been recovered yet. And also, what technology exists today that's going to get lost and isn't recreated until sometime around 3521? That's right, the year 3521. That's the time frame that we're talking about here. I mean, ultimately, that's the great mystery of the Antikythera mechanism. It's really an illustration of the broader mystery of lost technologies. And it's that mystery that leads me to have so many more questions like, why have we found only one of them? Why was it on the ship in the first place? Was it a navigational tool? Was it a military advantage of some kind? Was it a gift? How did they know to make a computer 150 years before Jesus? How did they figure that out? Why did it gap in terms of they were able to make it, and then for 1500 years we just don't see anything even remotely like it in the historical record before they're able to create it again? What else is out there that we haven't found yet? I mean, if this thing exists and you look at the time frame that we're talking about, what else is out there from before it or after it that we haven't even discovered yet, that's on a shipwreck somewhere that we haven't found yet? And I could keep going, but I think you get the point. But here's the thing. We don't need to know the answers to all the questions about the Antikythera mechanism. In fact, I think it's the questions themselves that are really the most important after all. So with that being said, let's turn back to the ancient Greeks. And I'll leave you with this quote from Socrates. Quote, true wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around. And in my mind, that's why we have to keep learning.